crossing the Veil of Tides. They landed on a rocky shoreline where stones were carved with spirals and runes. Glowing faintly under the moonlight, the air smelled of salt and rain, but something else stirred beneath, an energy so old it hummed through Vayom's bones. As he knelt by the water, Elunari'thè's massive tail curled protectively around him. To reach her, you must let go of ground and sky. The weaver is of memory and current. She will only answer to trust. Before Vayom could respond, the waves surged, wrapping around him like arms. He gasped as the tide pulled him under. Oh, the depths of memory. The sea was alive, colors glimmered beneath the surface. Ribbons of bioluminescent light weaving like threads in a tapestry. Schools of silver fish spiraled around him. Glowing faintly, he sank deeper, not drowning, but breathing water as naturally as air. Then he saw her. The spirit weaver moved with impossible grace, her form shifting between a whale's vast majesty, a serpent's endless coils, and a woman cloaked in kelp and coral. Her eyes glimmered like polished pearls, ancient and all-seeing. Flame-born, her voice whispered though her mouth never moved. It echoed in his chest like the sound of distant waves. You carry fire, but fire without memory burns without wisdom. She extended a hand of flowing water, touching his forehead. The ocean around him shifted, revealing flashes of history, dragons soaring alongside humans, cities that floated above the waves, ancient ceremonies where song and tide created bridges between worlds. You have been here before, she said softly. You were not always man. You were tide, current, storm. Your flame remembers me, and I remember you. The loom of waters. The spirit weaver unfurled a vast tapestry of glowing threads in the water, each thread representing a life, a memory, a connection. Vayom saw Chelsea's thread woven beside his, glowing brilliantly, and Elunari'thè thick. Ancient thread twined through them both, but he also saw darker strands, tangled knots of shadow stretching far beyond sight. This is why I come, she said. Your flame calls allies, but also enemies. I will weave your thread with mine to strengthen your song. With a graceful gesture, she pressed her palm against his chest. Water sigils spread across his body, merging with his fire markings. The hum in his soul deepened, and he suddenly felt the currents of every river, every ocean, every drop of rain. You are no longer bound by air and land. The tides will answer when you call. As the spirit's blessing. When Vayom rose from the sea, glowing water dripping from his clothes, Elunari'thè's golden eyes narrowed in respect. A mark like a shimmering blue spiral now glowed faintly over Vayom's heart. You carry her blessing, Elunari'thè rumbled. The weave strengthens. Above, Stormheart appeared briefly in the clouds, lightning crackling in approval. But the spirit weaver's voice whispered one last warning in his mind. Darkness has currents too. The silence born were only scouts. There are older shadows, and they are moving. When the path of stone and shadow, with the spirit weaver's blessing coursing through him, Vayom felt a deeper pull, a low resonant hum that thrummed like a heartbeat buried deep in the earth. Elunari'thè and Stormheart both moved in silence as they guided him inland, away from the oceans and into lands where mountains loomed like ancient titans. As the sun dipped low, the air grew heavier, the stars above shimmered faintly. But here, the night felt thicker, as though shadow itself was alive. Do you feel it? Elunari'thè rumbled softly. Yes, Vayom whispered, placing a hand against the earth. The hum vibrated beneath his palm, slow and steady like the ticking of a colossal clock. Something ancient and watching. The valley of silent pillars, they descended into a narrow valley surrounded by monolithic stone pillars, each carved with intricate runes so old their edges had been worn smooth by countless storms. Here, sound seemed to vanish, even the whisper of the wind was gone. This is his domain, Elunari'thè said reverently, lowering his massive head. The sentinel of stone and shadow, he is God at a gate older than this world itself. Few are allowed to see him. Vayom stepped carefully among the towering stones, his sigils glowing faintly in the darkness. As he walked, he felt pressure, like being watched from all angles. The runes along the stones pulsed once, and a deep rumble rolled through the valley. The ground cracked open before him.